watching Sister Wives. I have been watching this show since season 1. Oh my gosh. So many years of my life I've devoted to this show. We're on season 17 now. If you've been watching it, then you know. We just had episode 2 of season 17. And this season is bonkers in that they're finally being real about stuff that people have known forever. That Robyn is the favorite wife, that Christine was jealous, that Janelle is indifferent to anything and everything, and that Mary is an afterthought for the whole family. What a mess. At the center of all of that is Cody. Cody, who has all these people looking up to him in this family that he's created, but who seems resentful when they ask or need anything from him. It's tragic. It's tragic, and it also is made even worse by the fact that Robyn is willing to, what do you call it, like support it, validate it. She's willing to validate it by really trying to make the other wives and even the children feel like they're crazy for expecting him to do anything, to be a husband, to be a partner, to be a father, to just be a positive presence. Like in this last episode where she says that Cody is actually spending his time equally with everyone. It's just that he doesn't really have a lot of time, and it's their fault for not tracking it. That is so weird. That is so weird and manipulative of her to say that, because at the same time, she's saying, you know, she's advocating for her kids. I know we all remember, was it last season or the season before? I think it was last season, where he's going to Janelle's mom's funeral, which was his dad's second wife. And Robyn says to him, you got to get back. You got to be healthy because her kids need to see him. And it's like, well, were you tracking that? Were you tracking that there was a funeral of someone really close to him and he might not be back in the same day that he said? Like, what? It is bonkers. But then Robyn's willingness to try to gaslight and manipulate the rest of the family is so toxic. It's so bad. And that's what really facilitates Cody being able to continue being the terrible father and partner that he is. I just think that about when they were in COVID. Okay, so Robyn is willing to go along with all these rules that supposedly she has no influence over, and she just happens to be the one who's willing to do it. Well, this is like, that's what facilitated and enabled Cody to continue to be wild like he was being. He was being wild about COVID. And I don't understand why, but he was being wild. But if Robyn had went along with the other wives and said, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. Then Cody would have had to adjust because he would have had nowhere to stay. Maybe with Mary, but he don't want to stay with Mary. So if Robyn had not gone along with it, then she could have been the one to help this negotiation that right now she's saying she wishes they could have negotiated it. Well, you could have. You could have, if you had just worked with your sister wives and chose them in this conversation, which I remember seasons ago. I feel like Janelle was the one who said that oftentimes the sister wives will work together to convince Cody to do something. That's like how they can balance their power. It's like union. I guess they were like union organizing or something. They needed to do that. But now they got a scab. If we're going to continue this union jargon, they got a scab now. Robyn's not willing to work with them. And so she's the one who's enabling Cody to just be wild about it. And I don't get it. I was very much like following COVID policy and whatever protocols like Cody says. I was doing that. But Cody is just taking this to the extreme, and I don't understand that. He was willing to just sacrifice the well-being of his entire family over these COVID rules that I don't think in general, he doesn't really seem like the type to be all into like Dr. Fauci and what is Dr. Fauci and the CDC and the government and all that. What are they talking about? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, I am just sharing this because Sister Wives is something that I enjoy, and I'm not hiding it anymore. I like watching Sister Wives, and I think about them a lot. I do. Ooh, I think about them a lot. I'm sad for them. I'm sad for them that they're in this religion that seems to really not allow anyone to experience any kind of happiness. What a strange religion to be based on this idea that You don't deserve happiness. None of them do. The wives obviously don't. Cody even doesn't get happiness in this setup. He doesn't get to be with someone he loves. He doesn't get to focus on people that he cares about without also, it seems like he's burdened by this huge family that he created because he thinks this huge family is his pathway to heaven. Like, nobody gets to be happy. That is wild. I don't think that God or religion is intended to make you suffer. That doesn't even make sense. Why would we do that? Why would God want that for us? It's too bad. It's too bad. I just appreciate that Christine is out of there. She's getting out of there in season 17, but if you follow her on social media, you know she's already out and enjoying her life. And I hope that she is kind of just showing the rest of the wives that they're uniquely set up as polygamists. Like, they have a following. They have people in the public who really support them and know them and care for them and, you know, want them to succeed. I honestly think that even if Robyn left, people would be happy for her. Robyn, in a lot of ways, has been the villain for many seasons, but I think that if she left, she would find a lot of support because people want her to be happy. They don't like to see her suffering, but they also don't like to see her like manipulating and gaslighting the rest of the wives. But what do you think? What do you think? If Robyn left Cody, do you think the public would support her? I think they would.